Cozy Living Interior and Boutique, Bows and Cleats Boutique, Feather Your Nest, Brantley Furniture, The Joshua Tree, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, The Tin Roof, and West Market. Shop till you drop at the Harvest Moon Sale coming October 17th.
You've been listening to your WPKY News Edge. Find news 24 hours a day at WPKYOnline.com. Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Senator Elizabeth Warren at the Democrats' fourth debate of the campaign says about the cost of her Medicare for All plan.
I will not sign a bill into law that does not lower costs for middle-class families.
At the debate in Ohio on CNN, Joe Biden says Warren and Bernie Sanders are being too vague about the costs.
Tell people what it's going to cost, how you're going to do it, and why you're going to do it.
Sanders says about Biden working with Republicans to get things done.
I say this is a good friend. You got the disastrous war in Iraq done.
Also, trade agreements and a bankruptcy bill, Sanders says, hurt Americans. A new witness today in the impeachment inquiry, Michael McKinley. He resigned last week as a top aide for Secretary of State Mike Pompeo after 37 years with the State Department. He is scheduled to meet behind closed doors with members of 3 House committees. America's listening to Fox News.
W277CK Princeton. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, it should be a gorgeous day full of sunshine, high 59. Tonight, clear, low 38. Now tomorrow, frost advisory in the morning. The sun should be there to melt off all the frost by lunchtime, high around 60. Then on Friday, sunshine, high 68. Your futurecast showing a slight chance of showers returning just after lunchtime on Saturday. Then rain clearing out until Sunday night. Highs near 72 all weekend and lows in the 50s. Again, sunshine and 59 today. It's 48 at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Penny Rowell Home Medical. Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Well, the 2019 Book Fair at Caldwell County Schools begin today through Wednesday, October 23rd during school hours. This Thursday, October 17th and Tuesday the 22nd, you can also stop by during the parent-teacher nights from 4 to 6:30. New options like online book fair shopping, e-wallet options, and more. There is something to fit every child and every budget.
And calling all employers and job seekers, the city's next free Third Thursday Job Fair will be held tomorrow at the Tourist Welcome Center in downtown Princeton, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There is absolutely no cost for anyone to participate. If your employer would like to set up, please register by emailing codayoung.princeton@gmail.com or calling 270-625-4827.
Well, the First Christian Church in Princeton will be hosting an installation service and reception for the new pastor on Saturday. That's this Saturday at 3 p.m. Join them as they welcome Reverend Dr. Jonathan Webster. Now, Reverend Doug Bird will provide the message with church and search and call committee members and other special guests participating. You can give them a visit at fccprinceton.org.
Kids of all ages are invited to join Green Grove Baptist Church in Providence for their fall festival. That's coming up this Saturday at 4 p.m. Lots of fun, food and games, and fellowship. Green Grove Baptist Church is located off Highway 120 West in Providence. For information, call Brother Wesley Curtis, 270-625-3512.
Well, join the Caldwell Medical Center and WPKY for Health Fest 2019. That's this Saturday. Get in on the full day of family fun, local entertainment, kids activities, bouncies, food trucks, health screenings, and community vendors. Get in on the blood drive and the flu shot clinic as well. Of course, Ty and I will be there. We're going to kick off the flu clinic because I've actually said that I'm going to get a flu shot while we're there. Ty's going to be around maybe slinging some pancakes. So make sure that you come out there and see us from 10 to 2 to help kick off the day of fun and festivities.
Walnut Grove Baptist Church in Fredonia invites everyone to join them for homecoming. That's coming up this Sunday. Music will be provided starting at 9:30 by Brantley Bowes, and the homecoming message will be given by Brother Leon Drennan starting at 10:30. There's a meal after the service.
Well, Lyon County business owners, farmers, and residents are being asked to attend the joint public meeting. Now, that's on high-speed fiber access of Edible, Katoa, Lyon County, and the Industrial Development Association Board. That's on Monday, October 21st at 5:30, the Lee Jones Convention Center in Edible. Now, for more information, you can give them a call at 270-388-4769.
Anyone in the Caldwell and or Lyon County communities in Western Kentucky that's interested in learning more about signing their kids in scouting are cordially invited to the Boy Scout Open House at Ogden Memorial on Monday, October 21st at 6 p.m. in Princeton.
Big John's Barbecue is now serving up dinner Friday and Saturday nights at the Princeton Elks Lodge 5 to 9 p.m. The dining room is open to the public. Come out and enjoy delicious pulled pork, brisket, barbecue nachos, barbecue mac, and smoked bologna, just to name a few of the menu items you can enjoy. Sometimes it'll be fish and shrimp boil. Check Big John's Barbecue for weekly updates. Of course, you can still enjoy Big John's at their location at 205 South Jefferson, Wednesday through Saturday 10 to 5 or sell out. Big John's Barbecue.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, getting paid for your injuries, for your lost wages, and for your pain and suffering can be difficult. Attorney Matt Schock in Princeton, Kentucky can help. Call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT. Attorney Matt Schock is an experienced personal injury attorney. Initial consultations are free, so call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT.
This is an advertisement.
1580 103.3 WPKY Coffee Talk is on the air. Morning conversations about things of interest to you. If you'd like to be a guest on Coffee Talk, just email us your information at WPKYonline@gmail.com. We're proud to call Caldwell County home. WPKY.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty at 8:06. And, of course, Coffee Talk is on the air this morning. And we got the Extension Office of Miss Joni with us this morning. How are ya?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good.
Good to
we
see
got
you.
Ty back.
Yes.
I know. I'm glad he come back finally.
I did. Took a fantastic honeymoon, and yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't
fun.
blame you. I don't blame you
got
at all.
to do that, so it's kind of exciting, and I'm glad. Got to spend some beautiful time with my lovely wife in some sunshine.
He did something wrong. You hear him?
No,
I'm just saying.
No, I think he really enjoyed himself.
I did.
Well,
But it's good to be back on the radio. So
hey, again, the Caldwell County Extension Office with Miss Joni Phelps this morning. We sure do appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate you guys letting me be here this morning.
And give that title again, because it used to be the FNAP assistant. It's not that anymore. So say it again.
It is. I am the SNAP Ed Senior Assistant.
SNAP
Wow.
Ed.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I think that's awesome.
Basically the same thing as what I used to do, but just a little bit more different far as responsibility. So
Okay.
Hey, I've always heard that the more that fits on that little card or the little pin on your thing, when you start running out of room, that's good.
well, when I was a FNEP senior assistant, FNEP is just kind of like abbreviated for actually what it means. So that was a very long title then. So yeah.
Bless your heart. And this is a really busy season for you too.
Yes, we've got lots of different things going on. Personally, myself, I've got lots of youth activities going on in our school system, and then after school, we got programs going on. I've started a 4-H middle school cooking club this year, along with my elementary far as cooking club.
I bet you anything that middle school cooking club is one of the favorite things that the parents have heard of in a long time.
I'm telling you, we've had a good time. Well, we just started, the beginning of this month, so we haven't got our feet to it yet with all these different recipes and learning the different ways to cook, measurements and food safety and that. So, but we're going to have a great time this year.
I was looking at the clock real quick to make sure that John Boy's in school so that I can talk about him. But he's recently, he got so excited, and Ty was here that day. He come in. And he was so excited because he made his own hot dogs. Do you remember that? He had fried his own hot dogs all by himself. And he was so excited. And he was like, look, Mom, they're perfectly browned all the way around, just the way that I like them. And I mean, he was so excited about that. And he's in middle school.
Well, if he would like to learn more skills, we've still got plenty of room available. So sign him up.
So what does it entail?
Okay, so for both of the cooking clubs, we'll learn how far as properly measure, because a lot of people don't realize the difference between a dry measuring cup and a liquid measuring cup. So they're going to learn the difference between that, what a teaspoon, tablespoon measuring cup. And then also far as food safety, there's lots of different things that we need to be aware of, especially as girls, pulling back your hair when you're cooking, because our hair does fall fall out every once in a while. So, making sure you're washing your hands before you touch something, before you cook, in the middle of your cooking,
What about those beard nets?
Not so sure about that, but I
You've
guess
seen them, haven't you?
I have seen them. I guess they work.
But when you see one, you're kind of like, okay, I almost wish they didn't have it on, because you know what can happen. But then you see that and you're like, that must happen a lot.
It must happen, especially if you're in the food industry. I have seen that quite a bit. So,
but did they learn things like a pinch and a pone and all of those kind of
no,
things?
Unfortunately not. Our grandmother's, our grandmother's recipe.
It's real stuff.
It is real stuff. Excuse me.
Although that pinch and a pone was real stuff too, but it's kind of a dash and a
just a little bit here and a little bit there, and it's like. Especially if I ask my mother now, like, how much do you put in there? Well, I don't know, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so, but they're not learning that, but they're actually learning what a measurement is. So, then as they get older, they can figure out, a pinch is this, much.
And you mentioned the food safety thing, and that, to me, that is so important, because they can help parents with that, because I think sometimes people don't realize that things are only good in the refrigerator for a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Depending on what it is. And then things don't mix. When you cut up a chicken with a knife, you just can't take it over and cut something else up with that knife.
Correct.
With the same knife, especially with chicken and eggs and stuff like that. You got to be extremely careful.
Well, there's even types of cutting boards that you're supposed to use for that, right?
Yes. Well, and it really all starts from the grocery store, because of mixing your meats with your fresh fruits and vegetables. Make sure you put them in that bag, because unfortunately the packaging does leak every once in a while. And if you put that raw meat on any of your fresh fruits and vegetables, guess what? And you don't realize that it's got that meat on there, it's cross-contaminated, and you could get very sick. And if anybody that is ever experienced food poisoning before,
not very fun
at all. So it's just making sure that we know not to cross-contaminate, not to put your fresh fruits and vegetables with your meats. When you put your meats in the refrigerator, put them at the very bottom crisper. That way, if their juices does lose, and they don't drip on everything in the refrigerator. And so, just learning them skills of. And actually, like I said, it starts from the grocery store, the time you take it home. And like Ty said, you can't have like raw meats in the refrigerator for 2 weeks and think that it's okay to cook, because it's not.
And I know when I was a kid, and I'd come home from school and open that fridge, I'm starving, and there's stuff in there, and you're like, okay, what can I grab in there? Whether it's cold pizza or something that was left over the other night. If that's been in there a while and you don't know it, I mean, that could be trouble. So
Definitely.
That's kind of just something as simple as that you're teaching these kids is pretty important.
Yeah, it is very important, and I'm going to tell on myself. Sometimes I don't get my refrigerator cleaned out as quick as I can, and my husband will come in and he'll fix him. I said, oh, don't do that, but that's my fault because I hadn't cleaned out the refrigerator. But, it's not, you can't last 2 weeks with food. It's usually about 3 or 4 days, and then it's time for it to be thrown out.
We just had that discussion the other day, because how many people, you go into there and you've got teenagers and they're always in a hurry. They rip that bologna package open and then they shove it right back in the refrigerator without putting it in, anything. Yep. And then, of course, it's open. Well, and then we had a whole thing over the weekend where, well, here he goes again. CJ's active this weekend now. But, he opens the hot dog package and he completely rips off the expiration date. Well, you can't now. You don't know when it's expired. It's not going to be long. The hot dogs in my house don't last long enough to expire. But I mean, I am notorious. If it says today on that expiration date, it's gone.
Yep. If you ever have a doubt, when in doubt, throw it out. Don't just think that it's okay to keep it in there when you think it's okay, but it's not. So like I said, if you have any doubt of how long, something is good for, throw it out, because I wouldn't want anybody far as to have the food poisoning in that.
Can we still enroll in the middle school class?
Absolutely, yes. If you would like to enroll your middle schooler in the class, you can call our office. or come by and fill out a registration form. I don't have the next date in front of me right now, but if you're interested or your middle schooler is interested in that, just come out to the office and we'll get them registered, sign up. So now our elementary is full. It fills up really fast. So we usually have about 15 spots. It's about all I can handle in the kitchen. So, but it's already full.
Well, now that we've taught them how to keep it safe and how to cook it, now we can talk about how to get the food to them so that they can.
Right.
And so you're pretty busy bee with that as well.
Correct. Yes. So just making sure that everybody is taken care of. So, yes.
And then now, are those programs, are they doing good? Are they in need of things?
Talking about the Feeding God's Children backpack program. Okay. Yes, we are still in need of funds. So, and if anybody would like for me to come talk to their organization, our community, I say I need, and they're right there with us. And we had a fundraiser a couple of weeks ago, and that fundraiser done fantastic. Leanne Gilkey is such an amazing person. She cooked for this program, and we had a slight change as far as where our venue is going to be, but I tell you what, it all worked out and we done fantastic. I know Miss Paulette Gray is fixing to have a fundraiser for us as well, but anytime anybody would like to be involved, they can call me at the office. That number is 270-365-2787, and I can let them know, hey, we're low on this, or, any kind of monetary donation. Even if you can't only get $5 or $1, I'd be glad to take it because every little bit helps. So, but our numbers are still growing, as we get into the school year, and it will continue all year long. So,
well, especially when you get around the holidays and that sort of thing, that's usually, you've got the heating bills, the electric bills go up, you've got, more money out of pocket for so many things. It seems like, that food, although it is a necessity, sometimes, that's when it really gets scarce.
Right. So, and anytime, you think that you're in need of this assistance, for the kids are in assistant for this, we can register them on this program. And as long as the funds are there, we're going to make sure that they have. So
awesome.
Yep.
Now, what's about the pipeline that's coming down the pike here as we head toward the holidays and the new year? Do we anticipate maybe a weight loss kind of challenge coming up? Have you thought about that yet?
Actually, I'll be honest. Ashley and I have not talked about it just yet. So I know, honestly, we've met each other across it,
been running
every which way. So
she's secretly
just
doing
stay tuned
it anyway.
On that one.
That's right. Just keep your eyes and ears open for more information about that.
I know
did you see the spinach thing she had on there the other? She's secretly doing it. She just doesn't want you to realize you're doing it.
They get us through the holidays, and then it's on for the beginning of the new year and the spring. What else do you have going on?
Okay, I just wanted to remind everybody that I'll be at the George Coon Public Library next Tuesday for recipe review, and I'll be there from 10 to 1, and we're going to try some barbecue sweet potato nachos.
Ooh.
And they are actually really good.
That sounds good.
People's like, oh, but it is the combination together. It is really well.
Sounds delicious.
That sounds so good.
So, but anytime anybody needs any information as far as basic nutrition skills or cooking skills or recipes, they can come see me out at the office. That is at 1025 U.S. Highway 62 West. We're right beside the new Kentucky Farm Bureau building and the cross street from Hydro Gear's entrance. So, got a brand new sign out there telling what's all going on in our office. And so, anybody can just call or come by and see me. So,
365-2787, correct?
Correct.
All righty. Always great information, always something there. And if you're trying to lose weight, you have dietary questions, it's questions about, a budget maybe, or labels, food labels, you can see Joni or Ashley even, and they can help you out there with all those things. Of course, it's research backed and great information at our UK Extension office on 62 West. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
So great to see you today. Joni Phelps, and she is our SNAP Senior Assistant. There we go. We're going to get it down once we say it a few times. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Time to throw the bird seed.
Watch out for the seagulls. Oh, my head!
Are you okay?
United Healthcare helps connect you to care whenever you need it. Like video chatting with a doctor right from your phone.
So I don't need stitches?
Nope.
Just put some antibiotic cream on it.
Great. Thank you, doctor.
United Healthcare. Health plan benefits may vary.
Upgrade your commute with Audible. Get 100% ad-free listening anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Be inspired by Mel Robbins' Take Control of Your Life, Malcolm Gladwell's Talking to Strangers, and Rachel Hollis's Girl Stop Apologizing. Or listen to Stephen King's latest thriller, The Institute, on your commute. Use the app to hear an amazing story or learn something new, and let Audible give you the edge. Start a free 30-day Audible trial today, and your first audiobook is on us. Visit audible.com.
Fall is the beginning of flu season. Protect yourself with a flu vaccine at the Health First Community Health Center. It is your best shot at stopping the flu from getting to you. With same-day appointments and walk-ins welcome, they make it easy to arm yourself against infection. Contact the Health First Community Health Center office toll-free at 1-877-667-7017 or visit one of their 7 locations for all your healthcare needs. At Health First, your health is our first concern. That's Health First Community Health Center.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Line County friends. We invite you to come to Cadiz anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cadiz or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at HancocksNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, HancocksNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cadiz.
Hey guys, Heidi with Capitol Cinemas, your local Princeton movie theater with your weekday lineup. In Cinema 1, The Addams Family PG shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. In Cinema 2, Downton Abbey PG shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. In Cinema 3, The Joker, rated R, shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. Call during showtime hours at 270-365-0200 or visit us at capitalcinemas.net. Thanks for listening. See you at the show.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes, but you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk is on the air this morning. And Ty, we got a busy day, but I like it that way. We've got another visitor here at the house, Dawnia Green.
We love our visitors. Dawnia Green from the Community Medical Clinic. She is the marketing director. And welcome to the WPKY studios this morning.
Good morning, you guys.
And boy, it's a cool, crisp morning. And of course, this is the month of October. And a lot of folks, especially our health communities, celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Absolutely. No, so we're here. I want to definitely bring a lot of awareness to that. And this is the month, contact your healthcare provider. It's a good time to get in, to get your wellness visit, to get all of those things. You can also, throw in your flu shot, which we'll talk about a little bit. But it is the time, whether it's for yourself, your mother, your sister, your wife, your daughter, this is such an important topic. And it is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in women in the world, second only to lung cancer. And get in, see your provider, depending on what your family history is, all of those things. They'll guide you in how often you need a mammogram, and those things. And we have a couple of providers here in town. We have Beth Scheidler and Chelsea Farless, and they are absolutely incredible healthcare providers. I mean, those girls work so hard for their patients and really, really care. They're from this community.
Beth is my neighbor.
Yes. No, I mean, she's incredible. And I mean, they really care about their patients. So, I mean, we ask that you come in. I mean, a little bit of the stats on that, when you look at the numbers, it's really staggering. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer at some point in her life. So this isn't something that we can ignore. This isn't something, and that being said, when it's caught early, there is so much that can be done, and the success rate is
Positive
so
results.
good. There's like 3.5 million cancer survivors right now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And, of course, our Pink Out celebrations this month. But there's nothing you mentioned, Beth, and it's nice to come into your health provider and walk in and see that familiar smiling face, especially when you're coming in to have an intimate exam.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they go to great effort to make you comfortable, to make any kind of recommendations that you may need outside of the office. In addition to that, those girls, that's where I receive my care. I go there. I cannot recommend them, enough in what they do and the care that they give, for the total health. They're not there just to take care of you when you get the flu. They're there to keep you healthy and to keep you strong and to take care of all of those things.
Is it recommended that's an annual exam for?
It's going to depend on your age.
Okay.
Starting at 40, then you start going. The American Cancer Society recommends from 40 to 44 that you should have that option of having it every year, and then from 45 to 54. Pretty much that's your highest target rate. You should be having that every year. And then 55 and older, it can go to every other year. Now, that being said, that's when you need the expertise of a Beth or a Chelsea, that are going to be able to look at your family history, look at any, whether you're on hormone therapy, any of those things that increase your risk. So then they may change those recommendations for you, which is why you really need to get in and have that provider who knows your whole story, who knows your family history, and can do that.
Now the risk factors, those can change also based upon even things down to whether or not you're a mother, or whether or not
absolutely.
you were breastfeeding.
There are, some things, many of the things you cannot control, your family history. Those things you can't control. Right. Some of the things you can control are, limiting alcohol. They've proved that keeps you healthier. Staying active and controlling your weight. All of those things contribute. So there are things that you can do, to keep yourself as healthy as possible.
Well, when you talk about hormones as well, then you can also get into emotional therapy as well, because the emotional side of that, that's a lot of the fear and the anxiety that women have about even going in and getting checked.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, and that's why I think it is so important to have that relationship with that provider that you can have here that's going to make you feel safe, it's going to make you feel comfortable, to talk about those things and to move on. This is your health. This is your life. And it's your sister, it's your mother, it's your daughter.
And those tests in a lot of ways are kind of like a flu shot, except for, because this is it's a preventative in a lot of ways to that. So, it's kind of like in the cancer world, it'd be kind of like a flu shot, really.
Well, it is. And I think that is one of the great things about having, October be Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I think the more we talk about it, the more comfortable we are discussing it, with each other, with our loved ones, with our care providers, and it becomes a lot more comfortable, and it takes a little bit of that, as you said, Ty, that it feels like such an intimate thing, but you're going, no, this is medical.
And you hit the nail on the head. The earlier that potentially you find something, if there's anything there, the better the success rate down the road. And really, it's really they've come a long way in the research and the medicines now. If there is a case of breast cancer, wonderful survivors out there. Absolutely. And this month is really a celebration of those that have battled it and are winning and have won.
Absolutely. And you said right now in the U.S. there's like 3.5 million survivors. So
that's fantastic.
You're going, there's lots out there that have beaten this. And
they've come a long way with all of it, even down to the mammogram. It's not the same, grueling thing that it used to be.
It's not your mother's mammogram.
Right. It doesn't even take all day. I've heard you can come in on almost, your lunch hour and.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and again, we mentioned flu shots a second ago, but that's something else that's timely and in the news right now, and kind of everybody's on everybody's mind, correct?
Absolutely. We have those in. We're offering those for $20 this year. So if they are not covered by your insurance, they would be $20. And, of course, at Community Medical, we can also provide a sliding scale. So if you have any problem with your insurance or with your ability to pay, please come on in. We will take care of you because we want to, again, our goal is to keep you healthy.
Do they need to call for an appointment? Do we need to call to get that appointment in there?
It's easiest if you will call to make an appointment, but we do accept walk-ins.
Okay.
Obviously, it's going to be most convenient for you if you can come in and get a time because we don't want you to wait a little bit, but we can definitely get you right in. So if you're thinking of it on the way home from work or on the way to work, we're open from 7:30 to 5:30. So if you just happen to think of it, come on in and get a flu shot.
And tell us your location.
We are at 310 Hawthorne Street, which is right behind Adsmore. It's where the old health department was.
Okay.
So we are right there, easy to find. And again, the girls are always there. They're there full time.
And you take all insurances?
We take all insurances. We take no insurance. And like I said, if you have difficulty, we do have a sliding scale and we can accommodate that for you.
And then what's your phone number, too?
We are 365-0227.
Okay.
And that's regardless of whether you need a flu shot or you might need a breast examination or to see someone about that, correct?
Absolutely. No, just give us a call and they will, the girls are great at working everybody into the schedule and getting you seen. Again, do try to call if you can, but if you can't, stop on by and we'll get you in there as soon as we possibly can.
Anything you're seeing a lot of right now?
We are starting to see some flu already.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's starting
That's
early.
a dirty word. Are you kidding me?
It really is. It really is. And again, we recommend everyone 6 months and older get a shot. So, and again, when you protect yourself, you protect your family. As a mom of 3 kids, believe me, when one person got something,
guess what? It's like dominoes, isn't it?
Well, is there any truth to maybe making sure that you get plenty of vitamin C, maybe vitamin D, kind of as a preventative as well?
I think anything that you do to take care of yourself always helps your immune system stay stronger in those things. The flu is the flu. So, sadly, no, just vitamin C is not going to keep you from getting the flu. You need the vaccine and you need to be washing your hands.
All the time.
And if someone else is sick, then that's when you just go, I love you, but I'll see you next week.
That's a good. I love it.
That is just.
Well, even at church, during flu season, a lot of times, and we have a whole time at church where we go around, we shake hands, and we hug everybody. We don't do that. We wave.
Right.
And that's something that, hey, we've got a lot of elderly people in our church. We have, young ones
elbow
in our
bump,
church.
fist bump.
Right. And that's something that, you can't be too careful with.
And washing your hands is the first way, but then again, getting the vaccination is so important. And you can get that at the Community Medical Clinic on Hawthorne Street. And, of course, Halloween, 2 weeks away, I think that's right. And you all are always involved, or have been the past several years, in our Halloween celebration here in Princeton.
Yes, we are having our annual trunk or treat. So I know a lot of people go downtown, and as you do that, just come right on by the clinic. We will be there. All of our staff decorates their trunks. We have the best time. I think last year we had about 300 kids show up. So it is a lot of fun. So we really want you to come out and enjoy Halloween with us. And that's just quite a fun day here in Princeton.
So what time will you start that at Community Medical Clinic?
At 3:30.
At 3:30, so they can come by the Hawthorne Street location for their trunk or treat event. That's been going on there, and lots of goodies and stuff for the kiddos. And then, of course, you can call them conveniently for that flu shot or make that appointment for that mammogram as well. If you do not have a provider, they'd be glad to help you out with that.
Oh, absolutely. And if there are, if you have any questions, you forget any of this, just go to our website. It's communitymedicalclinic.org, or you can just Google Community Medical Clinic Princeton, and we'll pop right up. And that'll give you all of our locations. It'll take.
And you have
right
3
to
locations, correct?
We do. We have the one here in Princeton, one in Hopkinsville, and one in Oak Grove. So I know a lot of people that live here work in Hopkinsville, which I think is incredibly convenient. So we're going to have your record, so you can run in. Any of those things, we can take care of you at any of those locations.
And if you do work in Hopkinsville, you may live in Princeton, guess what? They've got, if you been a patient there, they've got your record there, you could walk into the Hopkinsville, call and get your flu shot there.
Absolutely.
Whether you're in Oak Grove. And so that's nice with those 3 convenient locations, especially a lot of folks traveling back and forth between those counties. So fantastic. And, of course, those friendly, smiling faces that you know here in Princeton at the Hawthorne Street location as well. So can't thank you enough, and thank you for reminding us about this month and what it means. And, of course, get out there and get that flu shot.
No, absolutely. And just one last thing about the flu shot. Please, people do not take that serious enough. You know, there's over 200,000 people last year were hospitalized.
Yes.
And a little over 36,000 died here in the U.S.
Yes.
So the flu is more serious. People are like, oh, it's the flu.
No doubt about it.
It can be very serious.
Well, thank you for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Of course, a community medical clinic, Miss Dawnia Green, and we sure do appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a great morning.
Thank you, Dawnia. You as well.
Hang around, Tess and Ty. I see Miss Jenny Phelps out there, and she's going to be in just a second. 1580 103.3 WPKY. Fifteen 103.3 WPKY, and I'll tell you, when she comes in, I don't think I ever get enough time to talk to her. Of course, Miss Jenny Phelps is here, and this is one of those times that there was really, I gave her a call because it's Strong Women in Business Month, and that's one of those things that you want to. I happen to know a few, and you're one of them. And I said, we love your story, and we love. I love that she's out there doing her thing, and now the high tunnel. I mean, that is, to me, there's so much work in that, and man, if you've done good. You've done good, lady.
We've had a great year this year. We've learned a lot. We've harvested thousands of pounds off of a very small plot. It's just really amazing how much you can get when you have the resources here to help teach you, such as the Extension Office and the UK Research Center. I mean, I've learned so much stuff from the people helping me this year.
I'll tell you, well, you've had some interesting, even down to the types of them. And everybody's got cauliflower, but then there's also cheesy cauliflower now.
Yeah.
And so you've really kind of experimented.
Yeah, I've tried to do different colors of stuff, try different things. I mean, people seem to really like the different stuff, like the golden melons that we had this fall. Like, people love those. And
now tell us, where did this idea even come from for the produce stand?
Well, my daughters went to college, and I need something to do with my time.
Well, I'd say you found it.
And back several years ago, we'd went on a tour and went to several different farms where people had them, and learned about them, and thought, hey, that sounds pretty interesting.
See, and she had just said something about this. She thought she saw my donkeys the other day.
Yes.
When
they look so precious.
there's a couple of them that are babies right now. And,
yes, I wanted to jump out of my car.
Well, next time, those are mine. You can do that. Just run out there. But, I mean, how did you go from idea to high tunnel to produce? I mean, how did you say, well, it must be a high tunnel? I mean, is that something that you always kind of wanted to do immediately?
Before I went on the tour, I didn't really know about it. I learned about them by attending our local farmers market and asking the questions, like, hey, you can't normally have that this time of year. How are you able to grow that? And, talking to the producers, the farmers, the NCRS office, like, that's where you apply for a grant to help you, install the high tunnel. You can learn lots of valuable information at the Extension Office to help you learn about, the humidity and the heat, and how to do crop rotation and your water source, your fertigation, and there's just a lot of stuff to learn.
I just think that that's neat, though, because when you talk about strong women in business, a lot of people will always immediately go to the stores or maybe a clothing store or a boutique, and that's not necessarily where not all of the women end up. And I think in agriculture, I think we're seeing a lot more women that are really becoming more active and more successful in as a business in agriculture.
Right, and this is something small, entry level that you can afford to get into. So it's not big time farming. I don't have a lot of equipment or a vast amount of land, but it's something I can do on a small scale and provide a lot.
You mean you didn't have a plantation just given to you with a bow on it?
No, I wish.
And I do believe some of the resources out at the USDA office and some of those grants are still available for those wanting to install high tunnels. They have to check out there.
But if you just go out there and talk to them, there's a lot of resources available, not only for that, but lots of different avenues, whatever you're wanting to get into, cattle, fencing, they'll be able to steer you in the direction that you need to go and help you find the resources that you need.
Well, don't get me wrong, and it's hard sometimes as a woman for people to take you seriously. Back in the day, it was, and now it's like that's not as much of a problem anymore.
No, we have a lot of female vendors at our farmers markets that are, usually just the female at the market. Not saying there's not a male or kids or anything helping, but it's becoming a lot more prevalent.
I think the old commercial keeps coming to mind, and where it says, "I can bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan." that old commercial.
You're making me feel like I need to leave the room.
Maybe. I'm just kidding. But it's over the years, it's really kind of become more and more of the strong women that have decided, hey, yes, I can, and I'm gonna.
Yep.
So
Work,
the farmer's market,
repeat.
Right. Well, so you go from, your produce stand there at your place to the farmer's market. Now, is Princeton the only place that you go, or do you travel?
No, I go to Princeton and Katoa, and we try going to Dawson a few different times. It's a lot to do and have a full-time job and try and keep everything up at your house and mow your yard. And
well, I think you were painting pumpkins the other day, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, painted some pumpkins. I wasn't going to do a fall display, but then I was too sad driving up my driveway not seeing it, so I had to get some stuff together.
Well, tell the truth. There are some of these women that spend, I think, weeks and weeks on these fall displays, and I felt like a slacker. I don't know if you were the same way. I
was feeling bad. Driving through downtown, it's just so beautiful downtown this year as usual, and it's just, I don't feel like fall yet, so.
Well, now you've got some stuff in jars up there, too. You don't have just the fresh produce.
Yeah,
you've got some.
I went to a class, and I learned about how to do the processing, and I got a microprocessing certificate that allows me to sell, have a state inspector that comes, like a health department inspector, inspects my kitchen, and gives me a certificate, and that way I'm allowed to resell to the public.
One of the things I enjoyed, too, was that Kentucky Proud sign.
Yes. We enjoy participating in that. It's a wonderful marketing tool. It's very simple to sign up for it. In fact, I was talking to Commissioner Quarles when he was in town week before last about it, and what an asset it's been to have that to use as a marketing tool.
What's in the little blue house right now?
Right now, we have mostly the same stuff. A lot of tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, cucumbers, okra, zucchini, a few baby squash, lots of canned goods.
Eating fresh all year long.
Well, Joni was here a few minutes ago, and we talk a lot about that with the Extension Office and what to do with. Ashley White has wonderful recipes all the time,
yes.
And the Homemakers Club, that sort of thing. And that kind of takes it from, I know we talk about it a lot, farm to table, but that's exactly, what they do. They come and see your little blue house, and then it's farm to table.
Yeah, and Ashley has a great recipe she just put up that's cucumber chicken salad. I've got some fresh cucumbers. You could download that recipe and make you up some fresh cucumber chicken salad.
I got excited there for a second. I thought she was going to say she brought some.
I wish. It sounds delicious. Maybe I'm whip it up after work today.
Well, I mean, and even though we've got frost in that high tunnel, though, you're still able to...
Yeah, I'm still protected. Actually, I haven't had frost outside yet. Everything outside's still going pretty good, but I should be able to extend by several weeks by, having that cover protection.
So in no way are you done for the year. They can still come to you.
No, and then we've got a bunch of fall stuff planted. Of course, it's not ready yet. Some lettuce, cabbage, kale, broccoli, cauliflower. We got to dig a few more potatoes up. So
how does it work when it gets real cold outside? You've got that stuff ready, and somebody wants that. Will it be in the house, or do you think I have to call you? How will that work?
They can call me. My number's, we have a Facebook page. The number's at the building, online. You can place an order. We have stuff, we pick overnight and put in the building every day. So.
Now, what's your Facebook page?
It's Urban Paradise Produce.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because ours is like WPKY Online, and I wanted to make sure that we got that whole thing in there.
Yeah.
But give them directions. Now, if you're right here, 91 North, 62 West, where are you at?
I'm really easy to find. I'm just a little bit back off the highway. If you're going towards Walmart off Highway 62 from this side of town, you would turn by the Pennyroyal Center and Caldwell County Home Health and go between them, and we're right behind them, and I have a little blue house at the end of the driveway, and I got some signs by the street.
Well, I will tell you, you come highly recommended. My dad has been a gardener, and I've talked about him having a green thumb ever since I was a kid. And that's I couldn't grow half of the things that he does, but he couldn't find some of the stuff this year, and he came to you, and you had it.
Oh, cool.
So you got a pretty high recommendation there, lady, from some
most definitely
farmers.
From your daddy.
Hey, from the farmers around here that know. Congratulations, because we're proud of you.
And thank you for your support, and thank you for allowing me to come on here and talk about my product.
Well, I think it's important for little girls to understand that, the cookie cutter is not, you don't have to stay inside that box anymore. There's so many options available, and you're one of the strong women in the community that have gone out and done it.
All you have to do is dream it and then make it happen.
Well, it's been a minute since Jenny and I were young and now grown up and doing her thing, so thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Got another strong lady out there waiting. Maybe, I wonder if she brought my mail with her. Michelle Vinson is in the house, and Fredonia will be in here in just a second. 1580 103.3 WPKY. Well, sunshine today, high 59, and a night clear, low 38. Tomorrow, frost advisory, frost on that pumpkin that Jenny's got out there. Sunshine, high 60, otherwise down. Friday, sunny, high 68, and then Friday night, mostly clear, low 45. It's 50 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY. $15.80 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Fredonia in the house. Yay. How is everybody?
Good.
Fine.
All right, we have Mayor Jimmy. There you go.
Are we
Push
on?
buttons. Mayor Jimmy Don Cyber from Fredonia. We've got Michelle Vinson and her rodeo queen.
I'm just going to
It's Michelle Travis, but...
I turned myself off.
I'm still Vinson.
She did it to me. She
I
said
know.
it. But
That's
Michelle,
okay.
Michelle Travis, she is in
I'm
the
still
house.
a Vinson.
But welcome, everybody.
Well, thanks for having us.
Big to-dos going on in Fredonia, and there has been. It just seems like Fredonia. So another great event in Fredonia.
That's good, though. You're growing.
Well,
Yes.
People enjoy coming out to it, and it's fun to see everybody.
Of course.
Well, and Halloween and fall time is just, that's a whole lot of fun anyway. And it seems like as you're wrapping up one thing, now it's time for another. And you had your buckle series just kind of wrap up recently at the Fredonia Valley Riding Club.
Yes, we did.
Have you got some winners we can announce?
One of them is sitting right here beside me.
What?
She won 2 buckles.
Of course, your daughter is overly happy about being up this early, I can tell.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She said she didn't have school. That's good. Well, what'd she win?
She won 2 buckles.
Awesome.
And poles.
And my favorite event.
Do you actually win the big buckles?
Well, yeah, you know,
I've
they're
actually got
decent
it in my
size.
car.
Oh, that's cool. See, you get that big buckle that you wear proudly.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Well, now
that's what
pole
they strive
bending,
for. I mean,
that
really,
is
it's the buckles.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
That takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, after the series, Dad told me, he's like, you don't have to do it again if you don't want to. So I'm not doing it again.
Well, congratulations.
Can you tell us any of the other winners?
Kinsey Knight, daughter of Blair Knight, the Newton twins, everybody calls them the twins, Skylar and Sydney. I've gone blank. Brandy Phillips.
Bailey Shaughnessy, Bella Brunson.
Margaret Rogers, Ellie Covington. I'm blank. And I hate naming off people because I know I'll leave people out.
Well, and I like that it seems like you've really grown this year, and the Fredonia Valley Riding Club had a successful year this year.
It did. I mean, everybody pretty much knows there's not a whole lot to do, community-wide, that people can come out and just sit and enjoy and watch people doing things, which we'd like to do other activities there. It's just building up to that, which we're still, getting going. And
well, you have a gorgeous facility. I will say you guys have done a wonderful job keeping up that facility and making sure that it's nice. And it really is. Hey, the concession stand had grilled bologna. I got to test that out. Oh, it was amazing. And I got to see some of the guys back there that were doing the grilling. I snuck back there for a little bit.
Was one of them Jay?
Yes.
Or Bill?
Bill Clift, yes. I saw him. But, hey, you have when you combine concessions that are really good, were not overly expensive, and then you've got a facility that, is as well kept up and run as what that is. I have no doubt it'll be even bigger and better next year.
We're working towards that, of course.
Well, and, of course, Halloween... Of course, we've got Mr. Seibert here with us as well, and if we've got him and Michelle Vinson both in the same room, something else is going on in Fredonia.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. Well, I think you all had Brent Bug last week on the Community Fall Festivals, what it is. The Activities Committee and the bank have been working together to have a Community Fall Festival. It's kind of like a fall festival like we used to have at Old Fredonia School.
Well, and I will say kudos to, the Fredonia mayor. Because you've worked really hard in the last year, and it shows to get things in Fredonia, and to make sure that something's always going on, and there's always, when this festival's over with, there's always something else to look forward to and talk about and get people excited about.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead if everything works right, and I'm not going to say it is going to work right because it takes time to plan. We are going to look for one of those iceless skating rinks for a weekend this December. But
see, that's what
let's see.
That's
see
cool.
How it goes. I still have a lot of research to do, and just getting down to sitting down and doing it.
So get out your blades, maybe.
Get them out. Get them out.
Oh, I can't wait if we get it going. I love ice skating.
Well, I think that's fun though, because that's something different that I've I don't think I've ever done. So I mean that would be something that you.
But it's an undertaking to get that done, though, isn't it?
Yes, you got to do research and all that, and get it lined up, set dates. And right now with work, I know it's cold now, but it was hot.
Right.
And I'm still backed up on work and trying to get that under control. But just for the record, I don't need ice skates to fall down.
No, you do not. Well, tell us about how the Activities Committee and the bank has worked together to put together what looks like is going to be a fantastic event.
Well, the bank is celebrating its 125th year. I can't even talk this year. And anyway, the Activities Committee and the bank got together and started planning everything. And it's going to be a fun night. We're going to have trunk and treat.
Candy's always good.
Mm-hmm. Inflatables. Concert. Nicole Adams now.
Yes.
And how much? This is pretty affordable for folks.
Everything's free.
Woo, boy,
I
listen
love
to that.
Crazy Tie Guy. That's another one.
That was one that, we had talked about before, that he was really funny during Summerfest when we were there. And so I was kind of looking forward to him, and so he's there too.
And there's
I'll let you tell about this one.
And there's a schedule of events there. And this is going to be on Saturday, October the 26th, correct?
Yes.
And it begins at 3, is that correct?
3 o'clock.
I believe that's pronounced schedule.
A schedule, okay.
Schedule.
Yes, I think so.
And one of the best things on the schedule is the adult tricycle race.
Ah.
I heard a little bit about this. So
there's been some threats made, some trash talk.
A challenge thrown down, possibly?
I'm going to take down Donnie Conway.
Oh,
by the time we
wait
get
a minute.
these tricycles,
there's call-outs being made right now.
Well, I would suggest a mouthpiece to cover those braces.
Yeah,
up
well,
down.
I
Just
will.
because it sounds like it could be pretty, bumping and scraping.
They're
a little
probably
bit.
going to make us pay damages on these things.
So what time will this tricycle race take place?
It starts at 4 o'clock.
Okay,
4 o'clock.
So you're there for about an hour, and then
Right.
one of the premier events of the festival gets down and going.
Right.
Where will this tricycle race be held?
Just around on the road,
okay,
or street around the ballpark.
And just to be clear, you're calling out who now?
Donnie Conway.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
I think he called me out at one of the meetings.
I think
too.
he did.
So at 3 o'clock, all these events are going to take place around the ballpark area, kind
Right.
of like the Fredonia Summer Festival.
Right.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and
let's
tell
go
you
down
the
through the
schedule.
lineup.
Around 3 o'clock is the games. The churches are going to have games going on. Bounce houses will begin. I think it's an obstacle course and the bounce house. I think it's one of the two we're having. Maybe a slide.
Cool.
I don't remember. 4 o'clock, food will be given away, which the First Baptist Church every month has a community meal, and this is going to be their community meal is at the Fall Festival.
Oh, okay.
You're
the
gonna
free
have
meal for all that they
right,
do.
Yes.
Right. You're going to have your choice of a hot dog or hamburger, bag of chips, and drinks are free as well.
So that's a good meal. I mean, it's so you don't have to worry about, what time do I get there? What time do I have to feed the kids? I mean, you can slide right on through that.
Right. Also at 4 o'clock, as we said, is the adult tricycle race.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get to claim a trophy. We're going to have a trophy made, and you get to claim it for a year until next year's
Traveling
event.
trophy.
We're already planning for next year.
All right.
But it doesn't matter because the trophy's going to be at my house.
I started to say, I can tell
It's
where
at
this
my
whole
house.
concept come from.
Oh, we were looking at the bouncy houses and everything online, and I said, there's big tricycles, and Jimmy Don's like, yeah, we're doing
it's
that.
on now.
I wanted to get 4 of them, but they only had 2. I thought this would be just
Did
demolition
you get
derby.
the big box of Band-Aids, Michelle? Right
I
along
need
with
to.
that? Yeah.
I need to. 5 o'clock is the Crazy Tie Guy. His name's Nathan Durrell. 6:30 is the concert by Nicole Adams. And then at dusk is the trunk and treat will begin. And the best trunk decoration will receive a gift certificate. 7 o'clock, hay rides will begin. And they'll last about 30 minutes each. I've drafted my dad to do the tractor driving because you can't have a hay ride without a tractor.
No.
So we're hoping at least 2 groups, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. And like I said, they'll last about 30 minutes each. One thing we are going to do so we can make sure everyone gets on the hayride, we're going to have a stamp to stamp your hand so we know you've gone at least once.
Okay.
And then if we have room, then we'll.
What about lining up for the trunk or treat? Will that be along the ballpark area back where
If
people
you're
park during
looking
the
at
festival?
left field, that's where the trunks will be.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody that's coming in for the trunk and treat with your cars, come along left field. There's a gate right there, and you can come in and
Will
park.
be somebody guide us kind of there.
We're going to have somebody guiding everybody where to go. And
It's going to be fun, though, because you're going to have little kids in costumes, tons of stuff for them to do. You're going to have free food.
Big kid in costume.
Big kid in costume on a tricycle.
I
think I'm going to dress up this year, too, so.
Yeah.
Hey, she's going to be a pole bender.
I mean, what a fun day.
Oh, and one more thing. Johnny Gilbert. He makes knives.
Oh, yes.
We're raffling off one of his knives.
That thing is beautiful. Even the sheath that is on there. And I think they said that the steel from that knife actually come out of one of the original vaults there at the bank. And that was, again, I thought it was unbelievable. I mean, this thing is gorgeous.
It's absolutely a staghorn handle.
Yes.
And, of course, it's got a sheath that goes with it. It's got a Fredonia Valley Bank stamp on it. So it's a unique piece. If you go away with this thing, you're going to have something that there's only one of.
Exactly.
And that is really, really neat to have one of something. Nothing out there else is like it. So really, and he does fantastic work. Johnny does.
Yes.
So not only is everything free, you can also win stuff. So
Exactly. We're going to have prizes for the best decorated costume, best decorated trunk.
Best costume.
You're not going to give us a hint at all?
No.
He won't. He
No.
won't tell
I
us
got a feeling it
anything.
might be Star Wars
On the
related.
31st, when Princeton does their, you'll see me walking by in it. So.
Okay.
No, it's not Star Wars.
Okay, you're not
but,
Star Wars.
but
on it.
that would have been a good,
pretty good guess,
I
though,
would have
isn't it?
done that.
I
Yes.
like Ghostbusters, so I don't know.
Oh, I could see
Well,
that.
we'll just have to kind of. Will you reveal that it's the mayor of Fredonia, or you're just going to be incognito
Oh,
and
you'll know
costume the
it's
whole
me.
time? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise you will know it's
You
him.
will know it's me.
Now you're going to ride the tricycle in that costume.
Oh,
Or you're
yes.
going to. Okay, you will. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, that just alone to celebrate 125 years of Fredonia Valley Bank, which is awesome, and to have a festival. What are your memories that you all have? Of course, Brent talked about the memories of a fall festival at the school. Those that went to school in Fredonia, that's a special place, isn't it?
Yes, I was the very last 6th grade there.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It was the best time of my life. I mean, really, it was. I love Fredonia. It's home, and I'll say this is one reason that I kind of got involved in doing these things, because I want my kids to remember what it's like living in a small town. I mean, it's just
those traditions and you walk in that gym, and thank goodness you can still at least get in there, but you smell that. It's kind of the same way at Butler for those of us that went to school, middle school down there. But to be in Fredonia, so much tradition, so many great memories, and you guys are making it come back to life. It's really cool.
My mom and I were talking. She came to the house Monday, and I actually won something at one of the fall festivals, and I still have it. I'm a pack rat. Ask my husband.
What is it?
It is a wooden container, and I don't know who painted on the top of it. But anyway, I have all my photos, the hard copy
Little
photos.
knickknacks and stuff.
I have all my photos in there that I have not put in albums, and it has a little design on the top, and I have it. It has a piece of wood that's kind of chipped off of it, but I said
That's
I can just
awesome.
super glue it.
That's so cool.
Well, and that's something, you can't buy history and you can't buy memories. I mean, that's just something, well, I guess you could buy some history. You can't buy memories. And that's something that, you got to make. And I'm just awfully proud for Fredonia. But in the way that it's really revitalized in the last year, as far as seems like there's always something going on, and that's good. And everybody's involved, and the community seems to love it, and makes a lot of things easier to do in the future.
I mean, we've got a great mayor that backs us up on everything, so
I just like doing stuff.
Cyberto.
I like the festivals. I like all festivals.
And again, Saturday, October 26th, Fredonia is going to be the place to be around the Buddy Rogers ballpark area. 125 years of Fredonia Valley Bank, and just wonderful history of Fredonia and all the fun. It all kicks off about 3 o'clock.
I believe that Fredonia Valley Bank is the oldest business in Caldwell County.
Okay.
At
How neat is that? Well, there's a lot of history, and make sure that you go by, you say hi to them, thank them for being around for that many years and helping everybody out. I guarantee you, if they haven't helped you out, they've helped somebody in your family over that 125 years. So go by and see them. Of course, it all starts at about 3 o'clock, right? And then bring the kids, bring the family, just plan to stay, because between free food and then sweets and hay rides, you're home by, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And
good old-fashioned family good time.
Right. It'll be great. Hey, that is the 26th. That's on a Saturday, so make sure that you plan to be there. It is, what do we call it? They're just the Fall Festival, Fredonia Fall Festival? All right. Well, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you, young man. I want to see what the mayor looks like on that day. Hey, thanks so much for being here. And, of course, we've got tons going on this week, Ty. Tomorrow. Actually, you're back, so that was a good thing for today, right?
Great.
Welcome home.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Hey, stick around, because Todd Griffin's going to be up here in just a few minutes. And, of course, Todd will be here with the Sideline Report tomorrow as well. It's 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Turkey's President Erdogan says he'll only speak with President Trump about a ceasefire in Syria, not Vice President Pence or Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. They fly to Turkey today, and Pompeo says he expects to speak with Erdogan.
We need them to stand down. We need a ceasefire, at which point we can begin to put this all back together again.
Secretary Pompeo on Fox Business Network. All 12 candidates at the Democrats' debate in Ohio say they agree with impeachment. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders on CNN.
No one is above the law, and that includes the President of the United States.
The idea that we have a President of the United States who is prepared to hold back national security money to one of our allies in order to get dirt on a presidential candidate is beyond comprehension.
Warren got the most speaking time and took the most shots from the other Democrats on stage as a now co-frontrunner in the polls with Joe Biden. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Sunny and cool today, a high of 59. Clear overnight tonight, a low down to 38. Sunshine for tomorrow, a little warmer, a high near 60, with tomorrow night's low under clear skies at 39. Friday, sunshine, the high 68. And outlook for the weekend calling for sunny on Saturday, high 72. Chance of showers moving in Sunday evening. Again for today, sunny skies, kind of cool, a high 59.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Big John's Barbecue.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy, with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros, backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $499 minimum purchase required, typically $699. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, not for sale to minors. Website restricted to adults 21 and over.
I'd been smoking for a while. I tried vaping when it first came out. It just didn't work for me. But recently, I tried My Blue, and it actually gave me the nicotine satisfaction I was looking for. My Blue is easy to use, and it lasts all day. I even like having the different flavors and nicotine options. It's nice having a choice. I think other smokers will be surprised by My Blue. I certainly was.
And right now, try My Blue for $1 at select retailers or mybblue.com.
Now that the days are getting shorter, your friends at Pennyrile Electric would like to talk about light bulbs. Sounds like a bright idea, doesn't it? Changing your existing bulbs to LED bulbs not only saves energy, but money. While LEDs may cost more initially, they last much longer, up to 12 times longer than conventional bulbs. Plus, they only use about 1/3 to 1/4 the amount of electricity. The next time you shop for light bulbs, make the switch to LED. A message from Pennyrile Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Everyone is so busy these days that finding time to do your banking can actually become a chore. Fredonia Valley Bank makes it our top priority to have your banking needs met with ease by the touch of your phone and online bill pay. Your banking experience will be fast and accurate with less time paying bills or having to make stops to do business. Talk to our tellers today and sign up for online bill pay and internet banking for your convenience. Our tellers will gladly explain the different types of accounts we offer that would best fit your banking needs in today's world. Fredonia Valley Bank, 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia, 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dunks use tires and wheels, where the customer is always number one. So when life's throwing you a number two, just remember, Dunks Tires and Wheels, because we'll be here for you. We sell used custom wheels and tires and do plug and patch repair. We have all tread styles and sizes in stock. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and on call for emergencies. Call 270-963-6391. Dunks use tires and wheels, where the customer is always number one.
Pitmaster Jared Schode has been smoking meat for years, and now he and his wife Allison have decided to open The Joint Restaurant, located in Eddyville. The Joint is serving up pulled pork, brisket, jumbo wings, ribs, and chicken,